Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Noise and welcome back to Project Ozone. In the last episode, we finished up Botania. I think we also did some quests in the Ascendants. Yeah, we took care of the Ender IO jetpacks, I do believe. I could be wrong on that. I think that's what we did. But it doesn't matter. Today we are going to be doing a bunch of quests. We're going to do the mechanized, crap, what is it called? Mechanism. There we go. I was going to say like mechanization or something. I knew that wasn't right. So we're going to do the mechanism quest line and a couple other things. But before we do, I want to come over here and we're going to break some of this stuff. I want to grab both of these guys for a moment, and we're going to upgrade them. We need a couple pieces of red matter. I believe we need some obsidian, and I do believe we need some glowstone. And let's upgrade both of these guys to the next tier, the Mark IIIs, which is the top tier of both of these guys. And we'll learn both of them. Cool. So let's grab a couple more Mark IIIs. And how many of these can we get? We can get over a stack. So let's put like most of those back. And what we are going to do is we're going to upgrade this whole setup. And best way to do that, we're going to put some antimatter relays right here. And here and here. We're going to need the energy collectors. Now I do believe that these don't need the glowstone on top of them like the other ones did. But I don't know. We'll see about that. So we put that guy right there. We'll tell it again, dark matter, and go ahead and break all this. I want one more relay. We're going to do this, and we'll put a relay there, and we'll put another guy on top of that. So antimatter relay. And I'm going to go ahead and put, so we do this. I'm going to go ahead and put some glowstone on this guy, just to make it look nicer. Although I don't think it needs it, so, might as well. No reason not to. So just put some glowstone on top of these guys, and we have our nice mega petal flower power flower is what it used to be called. We can still access it, but as you can see, it's gaining a lot of stuff pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and just burn those up. Let's burn all of those up as well, and we can take a couple of stacks out. Glowstone can also go in there. And we'll get our EMC back. So who cares? Let's go ahead and burn that all up. And yeah, so that's going to generate a lot more power for us. And it'll be kind of a forget it. That'll be a nice way to get more EMC as we need it. So let's get into the quest line. We need to start off with making an energized smelter and a crusher plus the basic universal cable. So let's look at the crusher first, and the basic universal cable, and then the other one was the smelter. So the crusher requires steel casing, 2 lava buckets, some redstone, and basic control circuits. So let's get a stack of those. Stack of redstone. We're going to need a few steel casings, so might as well grab them. Let's do a stack, and then we're going to put like half of it back. Let's see, what else are we going to need? Lava buckets, we're going to need steel and glass. So steel doesn't really matter. And then we need those 2 lava buckets. And we should be able to make all the machines. Now these are the 2 basic machines from Mekanism. Don't want to make 2 of the things, just 1 of each. And then steel and other way around. Steel and redstone gives you the basic universal cables. So, can we learn any of this stuff? Nope. But that should be that quest. So, let's go ahead and complete it. And see what the next thing it wants us to do. We need to do the basic smelting factory and advanced universal cable. I do believe we're going to need to make all of the universal cables. So, let's go ahead and switch this. So universal cable, and then the other things that we're going to be making is all the smelting factories. So let's get that up as well. So that is, we're going to start with the basic and the advanced universal cables. So we need enriched alloy. We're going to need basically all the alloys, I do believe. Let's get the reinforced, atomic, and enriched. And what else are we going to need? What are these smelting factories going to require? Energized smelter, basic, and advanced. Okay, so we're going to use that energized smelter. I don't really plan on using it, or the crusher for that matter. I do believe that the energized smelter is just another powered furnace. And the crusher is very similar to the pulverizer. So I'm not too worried about using them. If I need to make more, we can. So the energized crate, universal cable smelting factory. Alright, so the basic one, we're gonna need some iron. Shouldn't be too bad. And we can make the basic smelting. At least I thought we could. There's the basic control circuits, and there we go. So there's the basic smelting factory, and then we take the universal cable, surround, and enrich, and that's the advance. So that should be another quest. Let's go ahead and do all of these quests. Actually, we'll just take them. So the advanced one is next. We need the elite cables, which require the reinforced alloy. And for the record, so like the advanced cables can transfer 51 kilo RF per tick. These are 256, so they're better. Upgrades, that kind of stuff. So we need osmium and advanced control circuits. So let's get it's just the enriched alloy. Okay, that's easy enough. And we'll get a whole stack of that. We need some osmium, and we should be able to make the next factory. I don't know why I can't shift click that, but okay. What is it? I already forgot. So it's enriched alloys and osmium. Easy enough. Let's go ahead and complete that one. Put those in there and get rid of the chance cube. So last quest of this line is to get the elite and the ultimate stuff. So the ultimate universal cable is the atomic alloy, and again it's a lot of RF transfer. not gonna really need that. If I need a lot of RF transfer, there's better ways with thermal dynamics or thermal expansion or whatever you want to call it. The thermal stuff. There's the cryo stabilized flux ducts. Those transfer infinite, as well as tesseracts, which are both, that's EMCable as well, so that's even easier. But there's the ultimate, and then to get the elite, we need gold, we need reinforced alloy with the red circuits. I want to go ahead and learn that just to make it easier for later. So something like this, and the reinforced, and we just need some gold. So nothing too difficult. Mechanism is not going to be that hard to get into just because we don't have to make all of these alloys over and over again. So that is going to give us a bunch of stuff. There's the epic reward bag. That's kind of cool. And we have a tier 3 chance pendant. Don't really plan on using that. Don't plan on using a lot of this stuff anyways. No real need to. So let's get rid of all this stuff. And let's move on to the power generation from Mekanism, which is, well, the good one, the one I like personally, is the advanced solar generators. There's also the windmill. We'll get to that though. So advanced with a D, solar generators. So this guy, we're gonna need some of these solar generators, which requires a bunch of different things that we can't easily make. So I need osmium. We're going to need these solar panels, so we're going to need redstone, glass, and enriched alloy. Just get a bunch of the enriched. We're going to need glass. We need redstone. Alright, let's make the solar panel thing first. So these don't have any EMC, so that's bad. But these solar generators do, so I only need to make 3. We're going to need a piece of iron. And by 3, I mean for the solar panels themselves. And the last thing that we need to do, other than the osmium dust, which we can get pretty easily, is the, oops, not that, the energy tablet, which is gold with the enriched alloy and redstone. So let's grab some gold and something like so. And I've already forgotten the recipe to these guys, that, and then the osmium dust. So we can get that pretty quickly. Just come over here, pulverize 2 up, and yeah, that was incredibly quick. But there we go. There is the solar generator. So we'll learn that. And let's grab a few more. They don't stack, unfortunately, but that's okay. So like that, we need 2 enriched and then some iron. Easy, easy. Just simple crafting. So let's go ahead and get this, and we can EMC this as well. But we need 4 of those. Do we need to craft all 4? We do. So let's get a bunch more of these guys. So iron and the enriched alloy. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to fill up all of that section. So solar, and then we should be able to do recipe, and there we go. So that also gives us a sound muffler. Don't know why, but we haven't learned that, so that's cool. And we get rid of all that stuff. Good reward bag goes in there. Alright, so the last mechanism quest that we have is, well, there are these upgrades. I believe that's mechanism. So the last energy one, we need to make 12 wind turbines. Alright, so wind turbine. So we're gonna need to make a bunch of these energy tablets. So we're gonna need enriched alloy. We're gonna need gold, and we're going to need redstone. So we need to make 12 of these, which means we need to make 24 tablets. So let's actually do it in here. And we'll do, yeah, we need 24 of these. And we need more redstone. So if we look up energy tablets, how many we have? 16, so we need 6 more. So 6 more. Let's grab a little bit more gold, because I think we're gonna need just a tiny bit more gold. We can throw that stuff in there just for right now. Cool. So we should have, I miscounted, didn't I? 22. Yep, we need just a little bit more enriched. 22, 23, 24. Alright, so we get gold and the redstone out. And we should be able to look up the wind turbines again. What else do we need for this? So enriched alloy, basic control circuits, and osmium. Easy enough. Osmium and basic control circuits. So it's something like, actually let's just shift click. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to shift click just in case it doesn't register. I kind of don't want to like ruin it. So there's the 12. Do we get it? Yep. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the ultimate universal cables just because. So let's grab the osmium out and the enriched alloys and the control circuits, because I don't need those in our ME system. I haven't really been using the ME system all that much, to be perfectly honest, but there goes all the wind turbines. They're cool little blocks. They're not the power I need. This does plenty of power, plenty more than I could ever really need for this mod pack, so I don't really want to use anything other than that. God, that's making so much EMC. So I'm not going to worry about using the other energy sources. I just wanted to complete the quests. So we have just a few more quests in this area, so we need to make an energy upgrade. That is next, so let's look it up. Energy upgrade requires enriched alloy, pulverized gold, and glass. Easy. We're gonna need 2 gold and enriched alloy. Super simple stuff. So let's pulverize the gold, and we can craft this up. And oh, it's only 1. Whoops. Enriched. I didn't mean to shift like that, but whatever. So there's the energy upgrade. Let's go ahead and take a reward bag. And I will smelt the gold back up just so I can get it back. Alright, so that's yet another quest. Now we just need to do some more stuff with applied energistics, and we're pretty much done with the basic quest. There's a few things that we can't do yet. So we need to make a couple things. We need to make 6 deep storage units. Is it a detect or is it a craft? It's a craft. So we can use a whole bunch of chests, plastic, and these factory machine blocks. Strong boxes don't have EMC. I would like stuff that has EMC. The factory machine blocks do, but that's kind of a pain to make, but we'll do it anyways. So we need plastic. We need, let's see, redstone. We need 4 redstone. We need stone. I saw that. Where is it? We need gold and enriched alloy. So these factory blocks, and we need the basic circuit boards or control circuits, whatever, same difference. So we can do that once we make the energy tablet. So something like this, stone and plastic. So there's the factory machine block. We need a few more of those. So let's get all 6. And what's going to be the easiest way? The chests? Yeah, chests. So let's get a whole bunch of chests. Should be simple enough. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 deep storage units. We'll go ahead and learn that. And that should be the quest for that part anyways. Now we need 8 storage buses and 2 ME interfaces. So a storage bus, ME interface. Luckily these ME interfaces, we just need the normal. We need 2 of these, so interface 1, 2. And the storage bus, we need 2 pistons. So we need, let's just get a stack of each. Don't need any of that stuff anymore. And we need the interfaces. So 2 of these will give me that quest, and then 8 with all that. 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we go. So we're gonna get some deep storage labels and reward back. So these deep storage units, we're probably not gonna use them right now, but they are really nice. Basically they will store a ton of items. So right now it's storing that. I can take it out and all that. They're essentially barrels, except they store like nearly infinite items of one type. It's kind of insane. Can I turn those back? I can. Cool. Can we learn the labels? We can. The labels let you see on the outside what's in it. Kind of makes it more like a barrel, but yeah, they store millions of items of a single item. So it's really cool, but not what I really want. So now we need to make the entanglement stuff from ME. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all, we need to get these 1 quantum link chamber. So can I just look up quantum? And yeah, everything's there. Cool. So the quantum link chamber is just some flux pearls and flux quartz. So flux, if we look at craftables, we're going to need 4 of these. And it takes it a second, but flux 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to need the quartz glass. And I believe it was something like this. So there's the quantum leak chamber. Next is the quantum, just throw that in there. Next is the quantum tangled singularity. If we look at the recipe, we need to drop a singularity in ender dust and have an explosion. Or we can do it like this. Alright, so we need a singularity. To get a singularity, we're going to need to do a little bit more work. Singularities are made in a, what is the block? I can't remember, so let's look up applied. It is, why am I blanking on what it is? It's used in the, it's the same thing that the matter cannon uses. Matter condenser, this guy. So we need to get flux dust. Alright, iron glass. So easy. And we're gonna get the matter condenser. I need actual glass, not the quartz glass. I wondered if that would work. I intentionally did that. I noticed that I didn't have quite the right thing, but that's fine. Can we get a storage housing and come in here? Let's get a 64K crafting storage, and we'll take that out, put that in there. And I don't know that I need the 64K. Can I just put this anywhere? I can. And I made the wrong thing. So I need not this guy. Is it this? I think that's what I need. So now I need to pump in items. So let's get a, let's take this out. Let's break that. We're gonna make a little bit of a system. I'm going to take not an octuple. It's 256,000 items. So let's look up compressed cobble, and sextuple is more than enough. So what we can do is we can get a deep storage unit. And I can place that down. We're gonna take this guy, we're gonna get a bunch of cobblestone. And basically once it's to where we need it, we will then start pumping that out into getting the singularity. So I'm gonna get rid of a couple of these, and let's just decompress as much as we can. So yeah, this is, I just need to get this up to 25,000 and, or 256,000 rather, a lot more. But I'm gonna work on this off camera, I think, because honestly, a little bit boring to watch putting items into there. So we will finish that later. Honestly, I could do, what could I do to make that easier? I mean, alright, we're going to do something kind of strange. We're going to make that easy. Let's get let's, I'm gonna take all of this out. I'm gonna try something different. So let's take all of this out. And what we're going to do instead is we are going to grab an energy condenser, and then we want some sort of item doc. What's the best servos I have? I have hardened servos. Let's get Enderium. And I want to change this to the highest tier I can. So recipes, no, usage. We also need piece of fused quartz and another servo. So let's do this. So that's resonant servo. We can put that, learn it like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this guy down. We're going to put this guy right here with an item docked here, and we're going to extract. It's going to extract 64 at a time. That's going to be pretty slow. So let's get another item dock or two or a bunch, and a couple more servos, and we're basically gonna do something like this, and I want to get one more, so I need two more item ducts. 1, 2. We could make them impulse item ducts. That'd make it go faster, I think. But this will be fast enough. So something like that. And let's put that in there. We're going to do condense into singularities. And now we need to get 256,000 EMC. And so I'm trying to think what's going to have something like that. Another star, that's 200. And then actually let's do dark matter. Let's do, that should be good enough. And then we just need some cobblestone. I want a stack of cobblestone anyways. I like keeping a bit of cobblestone on me. So let's whitelist, ignore, whitelist, ignore, and all the same. So this should only try to pull out cobblestone. Now if I put cobblestone as a target and I put dark matter in there, it should start condensing, and hopefully that worked. So we'll come back to that later. The last thing we need to make with all that is the quantum rings. So let's get the quantum rings. These require a dense cable, an energy cell. So let's actually teach this how to make energy cells. So we're gonna need Fluix dust, I do believe. What's the energy cell require? Fluix dust, Surges quartz, and quartz glass. So let's tell it to make one of each of those. That'll be good enough to get started, and then we can do the energy cell. We can encode it, and we will go ahead and place it in here. So we're going to need 8 energy cells. And that should be easy enough. It'll just take a little bit. And what else do we need for this circuits, iron, and dense cables. So we need processors. We need 16 and 8. We need iron and dense cables. And I believe that was everything we need. So let's make sure. What is it we're making again? The quantum rings. So it's just something like so, I think. Yep. We just need the energy cells. So do we have those yet? We do. Cool. So easy enough. So there is the 8 quantum rings. This guy is happy. So let's go ahead and put this away. So I think that is the last quest we have other than the heart containers. We're going to get the green heart containers later. Basically we have to wait. So it's still making cobblestone. It's trying to take it out as quickly as possible. I can do something like so, kind of help speed it up, but that'll kind of process in the background while we do other things. So we're pretty much done with the beginning quests. We need to do some more ascendants. We need to do plenty more in immersive technology. Probably the worst thing with ascendants is going to be, actually it's not even there, it's in the end omega. The draconic armor is going to be fun. We're going to do it a cheaty way. We're going to make basically infinite awakened draconium. But let's go ahead and open these reward bags and call it a day. So we have fantasy blocks and armor, horse armor. We have 2 goods, so yuck. And nightshades is kind of yuck as well. Alright, so we'll put those in there. And the nightshades will go in the flower chest. Alright, we have 1 greater reward bag. Ooh, matter receiver, block protector, and a charge porter. That's actually kind of cool stuff. Makes me wonder, was any of that? Nope, we have to craft all that stuff. Because we do have the matter receiver. That is RF tool stuff. We'll get into that here soon. But that's all cool stuff. And then we have 2 epics. So Twilight Forest stuff again, and ooh, solar generators. Not that I really care. Alright, so this is going slowly, but it will go. And yeah, it'll take a while, but we'll get there. We'll do some other quests in the meantime. I think next time I would like to do rocketry. I do believe it's time to go to space and kill some more bosses and have some more adventuring rather than this just kind of crafting like we did today. So next time we're going to do a little bit of crafting at the beginning, but then we're going to go to space and fight a bunch of bosses. So that should be fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!